Thank you very much. Can you tell me if I got your name wrong? Is it Blakey or Blakely?
I like very much that you corrected it. It's Blakey, and I think I'm the
Okay.
only one in the phone book, but there are a lot of Blakeleys.
Blakey. Okay, I'm going to
Blakey.
try to be details oriented here and get at least those details right. So thank you very much. And finally, I'd like to invite Mr. Loper to make a comment. Mr. Brett Loper is the Senior Executive Vice President and Director of Government Affairs at AdvaMed. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Chairman Nye, Ranking Member Schock, and members of the subcommittee, thank you for holding this hearing today and for continuing your efforts to reauthorize and improve the Small Business Innovation Research Grant Program. My name is Brett Loper, and I am Senior Executive Vice President of Government Affairs at AdvaMed, the Advanced Medical Technology Association. AdvaMed's recommendations for SBIR reauthorization are straightforward. Eliminate the arbitrary venture capital ownership rule, expand the total pool of funding available for SBIR grants, and increase the cap on individual grant awards. Rather than repeating my written statement, I'd like to illustrate through a few examples what advances in medical technology mean for the public health and how the innovation ecosystem makes them possible. Advances in medical technology have no less a wow factor than those of the personal computer or the iPod. A generation ago, treating cataracts required patients to undergo invasive surgery and stay in the hospital for up to a week. Today, with better outcomes for vision and fewer complications, patients are treated through minimally invasive surgery that allows them to return home the same day. There are literally thousands of examples of similar advancements, common procedures and complex, from the last 30 years. Because of the nature of the industry, many of the advances along the way, both incremental and breakthrough, came from small, pre-revenue, risk-taking entrepreneurs. In fact, 80% of medical device and diagnostics companies have fewer than 100 employees. In the medical technology sector, small business entrepreneurs are the norm, and they are fueled largely by venture capital. Biotech and medical devices were 31% of venture investment in 2007, and $3.9 billion of that went to medical devices. But even with that significant investment, there is still what many patient advocacy organizations refer to as the valley of death, between basic research, primarily funded by the National Institutes of Health, and clinical development and commercialization of new patient treatment. Consider for a moment chronic pain. Great progress has been made in the past several years with a medical device that focuses on spinal cord stimulation. It works by sending electrical impulses from an implantable device in the spinal cord to the spinal cord. One company, Advanced Neuromodulation Systems, was founded by an electrical engineer who wanted to advance neurostimulation technology in order to help his sister, who suffered from multiple sclerosis. ANS was eventually acquired by St. Jude Medical, and the technology is treating more than 45,000 people with chronic pain in 35 countries. This technology is now being innovated to help people suffering from depression, Parkinson's disease, chronic migraine, and other neurological disorders. It holds a great deal of promise. Venture funding alone will not fund the innovations like these that are on the horizon or eliminate the valley of death. But expanded SBIR grants can be an important part of addressing the valley of death. The small companies that drive the innovation ecosystem rarely have revenues from existing sales to fund their research, don't benefit from the R&D tax credit, couldn't raise a dime from an IPO, and can't access bond markets for financing. Many rely on personal savings, loans from friends, borrowing from their credit cards, or even the equity in their house. An SBIR grant not only gives them the time and capital resources necessary to reach a toll gate in the product development cycle, it has the added benefit of incentivizing venture investment. At the same time, venture seed money during the early stages of product development may come in several small pieces, and an SBIR grant which augments that can be the difference between success and failure. Arbitrary limits on award grant sizes and limitations on the source of capital financing only inhibit advances in technology. In summary, the unique nature of the medical technology innovation ecosystem necessitates an SBIR program which helps emerging companies to not only get off the ground, but also leverage private resources. AdvaMed looks forward to working with the committee to achieve reauthorization of this important program. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and I look forward to any questions you may have.